So many times we see people doing inhuman activities. Why are they doing inhuman activities? They are being inhuman in nature because from the start you haven't allowed them to be human.
You're tuned in to Zoroverse.
One thing I find quite interesting in our community is that we definitely celebrate certain occupations more than others. But we don't always do it in a fair way. So we celebrate entertainment, but we don't necessarily celebrate becoming an actor. And then we celebrate becoming a clinical psychologist, but we don't support the people that need your services. Even a lot of people who are very non-artistic think music is a very prestigious thing to go to and to watch and to buy a ticket and get a show and sit in the front seat, but they won't want their son or daughter being on stage.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
Where's this balance, and how have you, because you've been in both these industries, how have you found it, that kind of stigma?
So for starters, let me tell you that it's not only in the Parsi community, but it's in many communities. Number one. Number two is you're still in the UK, which, trust me, is a tad bit better off as compared to being in India. Okay, and I really feel this all stems from several reasons. One of the main reason is because of purely because of concern and care that will my son or daughter be financially secure, because if you are not financially stable and secure, that is only the first part. There are several other things which follow, and no parent wants to see their child going down that lane. I understand that part, but you know, I always tell this to a lot of people that you are scared that your sons and daughters will one day land up on the streets and die if they take up the arts as a form of occupation. But that is the death they are choosing. Out here, by not allowing them to pursue what they want to do, you're suffocating them at home only.
Yeah.
And trust me, believe you me when I tell you this, I do not know how it is in the UK, but in India, a lot of children, I'm not talking about Parsis in general, but a lot of children in India um, actually unfortunately commit suicide just because they are not able to follow and pursue and do what their heart's desire is. And they are forced to do and become things they don't want to become. In fact, I must tell you, I follow Gary Vee on Instagram, and he's a very motivational speaker kind of guy, and he said a very lovely thing. I mean, Danny's nodding, so I think Danny's vibing with me on this one. He asked somebody something. Do you want to hate your mother? And he's like, what? Do you want to hate your mother? He said, of course not. I don't want to hate her. Then follow your dreams, even though it's against her wishes. Because if you follow her wishes against your dreams, you will land up one day hating her. It's okay if you disappoint her today. It's okay if you do not agree with their mental wavelength at the present moment, and you go and follow your passion. But the day you become successful, you most certainly will come back and share the fruits of your success with your mom and dad, as compared to if they suffocate you and stop you and you agree to them stopping you achieving what you want to achieve. Then in the long run, you will despise them.
That's true, because it's that thing about they want to protect us, but we have to make our own mistakes. But then we are to not doing something because someone else has told us not to do it.
Absolutely. When it comes to me personally, I am blessed with a capital V. I am blessed to have a mom and dad like my mom and dad. They have supported me for everything and anything. There are months, Shaizeen and Danny, there are months I do not earn a single penny. Why? Because coronavirus, there's no acting gig. No one is giving acting work. Or I was directing 2 plays, performing in one. I was doing 3 plays gearing up to do 3 plays before lockdown, and suddenly, poof,
Oh,
suddenly, poof, gone, just gone. And can you imagine 3 plays and 2 directing, 1 acting? So the income was good-ish, not the best, but good-ish. Okay, of course. Plus, I was doing a lot of advertisements and auditioning for web series and web shows and movies and all that. So the moolah would come in, would definitely flow in beautifully. I had it all planned out, and suddenly, poof. And not even once has my mom or dad told me, when my poor father is working day and night from home on his laptop, not even once has he told me that, what the hell, man? I mean, we're a family of 5 and I'm the only earning member. Not even once. He has supported me, saying, if this is what you want to do, go for it. In the long run, there will only be little, but we will live in that little, no problem. You know? And that motivates me more to work harder.
Yeah.
That motivates me more to work harder as compared to, what the hell are you doing? Go to work, find work, go to work. Then I'll be like, no, you know what? Now I'm going to only sit at home and not work. The rebellious attitude always comes up. But I am just blessed with such beautiful and supportive family and parents. And unfortunately, not everyone is. And let me tell you something. It's a very, very sad thing in the community, because now all of us are of the marriageable age. Even though, we speak about gender equality, and I don't really want to touch upon that topic much, because I completely understand the atrocities women undergo, and it's really unfair. And society has been very, very, very cruel and rude to women, and I'm completely for women's rights. But one thing I see in our community a lot is, if the boy is not well settled, the family is not willing to give their daughter to the boy. So if you go around saying, "Hi, I'm a singer and I play and I sing at restaurants and do gigs in India," believe you me, no Parsi Babaji will like to give his daughter. I won't say no, that I'm generalizing now, but I've heard of stories where boys have left high-paying jobs to just become chefs because they have the love for culinary arts. I know so many boys who do not have white-collar jobs, and they have a social media tech guy kind of job where they just dress up in cool casuals and come to work. And Eva kewa kapra perish tu kaam par. Are you sure you can afford to take care of your my daughter? So at that given point in time, it is against society breaking the boy's morale. And it happens for girls also. And in India, unfortunately, this is a very, very common statement. When a girl says, "I want to become an actress, I want to become a dancer," in many pockets of society. See, I come from Bombay, which is a little more liberal. It's a little more open as compared to other segments in society where they are like, "You want to become a nachne wali? You want to become a dancer?" And nachne wali it's nachne wali means dancer, but it's a very crude, it's more like an item girl kind of slang you're using, It's
Yeah.
very derogatory statement to use for a girl. And I really feel that it's high time. It's high time. See, what I love about parents is that they're always looking after their children. They want the best for their children. But it's high time you allow your baby bird to fall down. You have given him and her birth. You have brought him up with wings. Trust your wings to work one day and make him fly. But until that time, let him fall. If he doesn't fall, or if she doesn't fall, they will not understand the secret of a perfect walk.
Yeah.
You have given them, right? Then they're sure to work, but they will work at their right time. But now, deviating this entire topic into mental health, Danny and Shaizeen, with your permission, let me tell
Yes.
you, you very beautifully said something, Shaizeen. You said that everyone's very happy that you're becoming a clinical psychologist. You're the doctor of the mind, as they say, even though we say, please don't call us that, because that's not true.
No.
We are just therapists who aid and guide you to find your truth and unravel your anxiety. That's all. We are just that guide, that guidebook. Ultimately, you do it yourself. Um, so people are very proud of it, but they are not proud of the fact that, oh, this one has mental illness. How can you have mental illness? And yes, I see it a lot in the Parsi community as well. I mean, we call ourselves the most open-minded and broad-minded community. Well, I really feel a lot of our actions deny that. And when I say a lot of our actions deny that, I mean drinking a glass of beer with your son and daughter on a Sunday afternoon doesn't make you broad-minded. Doesn't make you broad-minded. Allowing your girl to educate herself till the age of 30 is a part of being broad-minded, but that's what you should do. It's not you being broad-minded, it's what you should do. Being broad-minded is accepting the fact that your child can be vulnerable, your child can have a breakdown, and he or she doesn't have to 24/7 be a mard ka bacha, or doesn't have to be my blood, doesn't have to. Your child can be completely opposite, and there is no harm in being weak. Parsis, a lot of Parsis are very obsessed with physical fitness and strength, and that machoism. And I really see a lot in the colonies. The colony babas in India, they're very much like that. Baba, bikes, babas, bayru, all that. It's cute. It's really cute. But hey, it's not right when the opposite person is suffering because of all of this. What if the person's physical frame and inner frame is that of being shy, coy, and maybe timid? Why don't we celebrate that? Why don't we celebrate that? I always fight with a lot of people. People tell me that you don't drink, you don't eat non-veg, you're a fake bawa, you're not a bawa. I say that I follow 3 things which make me more bawa than you. And that is Manashni, Gavashni, Kunashni. Good thoughts, good words, good deeds. Our first 3 teachings, when we all are children, our grandparents, our parents, always teach us these 3 things. Manashni, Gavashni, Kunashni. Humata, Hukta, Huvarashta. It is good deeds. That is good action, understanding that the opposite person in your community is not as powerful, not as strong, not as confident, and you go and help the person, give that person solace. That is your good deed. Not saying, just come on the bike, you won't fall down. It's not called having, you know what I mean?
That's horrible. Yeah.
I know it's very comedy for some people. It's, oh my God, what is he saying? But because we are people who understand the importance of mental health, this all affects. I've noticed this a lot, that in the colonies, bullying is predominant to those boys who it's the term mama's boy. Oh my God, Parsi, the mama's boy. It's, we only have coined this term.
Yeah.
That, oh my God, why do you stick to your mummy's skirts? Kitlo mummy no boy che, mummy no chokro, mummy kai karya karech tu? If वो मोरा मम्मी ने मम्मी नहीं करया करू तो कौन तुम्हारा मम्मी ने करू? If I don't go mummy to my own mom, should I go to your mom? So what if I'm close to my mother? So what? How does that make me any less of a man? How does that make me any less weak? What if I don't say MCBC 24/7? I don't feel like abusing. How does that make me less macho? How does that make me non-bawa?
Or even how does that make you less confident, and how does that make someone who does do it more confident? So really, who is the less confident person?
Yeah,
exactly.
Exactly.
Because they might be just doing all these things as a protective gear. Maybe they are not close to their mother, therefore they cannot have that relationship, therefore they envy somewhere that someone else does, and then they look down on it, because it's better to reject something than to actually say, I would like it, but I can't have it. But some people can, and it's sad, but some people cannot have that relationship.
Few of my best friends are dancers. And I've seen them coming up and the struggles they have had to go through. I know so many people from different colonies who, till a certain age, were given all the support to practice and perform and do whatever they want. But after a certain point, parents start expecting that you should now start earning for the family, or you should now think of something else. And I've seen so many individuals undergo this severe turmoil of because of career and undergoing severe depression. But when they try to reach out to not only their family for sure, but even when they try to reach out to their peers and their fellow friends, they're like, bro, you just need to get laid. You're not having any problem. No, that is the way they talk. And it is really despicable. Oh, bro, baira panu su karech, bailo kai thaich. Why are you being such a girl? Tansy kai thaich. Very
Yeah.
typical way of Parsis talking, especially in colonies. And I want to just tell all of them, shut up. Where is the mind? Where are the emotions? They are very much a part of the body. They are very much inside the mind is the mind is the not tangible substance right here, right? The emotion, we always say emotion out here. You can't say it's not tangible enough, but it's here. It's a part of your body. So it needs professional help. Go get that help. And I want to
That's
tell
so
this to
true.
all our listeners out here, that when you feel uncomfortable, even if your mother and father don't take you, you pick up your phone, you pick up your car keys, you pick up your wallet, and you drive down to the doctor's clinic, don't you? You do, right? Then have the gall to pick up your car keys and drive yourself to a clinician. Go, because no one's going to do this for you. No one is going to help you till you do not help yourself. And this needs to be told to people, everyone out there, that only you can cure yourself. Only you can help yourself. If the doctor prescribes medicine and you don't actively swallow that pill, you're not going to get the help. So if you're not going to actively go to the doctor and listen to the treatment he or she prescribes, you're just going to ruin it for you. So
It's true.
please, everyone, all our listeners, mental and emotional health is very important as physical health. In fact,
Definitely.
more.
Especially at this time when we are quite alone. We all have different rules in all our countries, but some people might be living with their families, but they might be the only children, or you don't have that your friend circle around as you would. Another thing you said that was quite interesting is that when your parents do take you to a doctor, generally they like to take you to like a family doctor or a doctor that they know. We'll take to this doctor. He already knows our history. He knows everything about us. But somehow when you want to go to a clinical psychologist or a therapist, I might be wrong, but I feel like they will find someone that doesn't know them, that nobody knows. Nobody knows this person, because then they can never say anything. They can't talk about it. Like there's this stigma that
Taboo.
people
There's a
will find.
taboo, yes.
There's a taboo that people will find out that we have gone to this therapist. So instead, I mean, I can imagine if you give your card out as a doctor in the community, people will come to you for, my ear and my neck and my this. But if you give your card out, people might not even take your card, because even if someone sees you taking the card, they will think like, oh, I wonder who she took the card for.
Exactly.
So you
Exactly.
want to hunt for the person that doesn't know anything. And again, that adds to the whole idea of people, it's okay to get help, and it's not different than getting any physical help. And
You know, I'm going to say one thing, that to everybody out there who's listening to us, viewing us, hearing us, baby steps. Okay, when your parents and the adults in the family take you to an completely unknown person, their motive is so that nobody else finds out,
mm,
and we never have to do this all over again. But to those who are actually ultimately taking that help and whose parents are taking you to this unknown person, stress not, because sometimes it's a very different experience, and it's a very cathartic experience sometimes to even open up to a stranger.
it is,
And
yeah.
I must tell you one thing, which brings me back to the first thing I said when I was talking to Danny. Shreyas, you said that we go to parents take their kids to unknown people so that they don't have to relive this entire thing all over again. Kids feel a little, sometimes even more safe talking to an unknown person. Do you know what is the similarity between two of this? Is what I was talking to Danny about, judgment. We speak to unknown people freely when we are clients, because we feel those who know us will judge us. And the parody out here is that your parents take you to the opposite person so that there is nobody else who gets to judge you. It's so ironic. It's so very, very ironic. But it just brings me to how sad have we become as a community, as a society, as human beings, that ultimately every step we take is to not be judged. Or
we're
as
judging
in India, or as in India we say, log kya kahenge? Log kya kahenge? Are, to hell with log kya kahenge, yaar. मुझे कहने दो, let me speak, let me express, let me be. The joke is we all care about what the others will say and what the others will speak, and we kill the person who actually needs to speak.
Very profound, very true. Yeah.
Yeah, that was, and like I said, like right now, I think it's so important to talk about this even more than ever, because you said you're doing stuff online. And I'm sure there are loads of other people wherever you are in the world. But I guess that means that you can also now see people who are further away. Like distance isn't a thing now, right?
And in the comfort of their homes, they can take counseling, and they can just be themselves. You know, it's not about counseling. I always tell my clients that this is a forum. This is like a blog, where you can be free and you can just express yourself. Which brings me to another point to tell all the people out there, if you still feel uncomfortable talking to a counselor, talking to a therapist, stress not. There are so many social media sites and blogs where people just write to express themselves, and anonymously others and outsiders answer to your queries or to what you have written. Start from there, but do not keep things bottled up. Try and put up a statement on Facebook or Instagram saying, mentally feeling unwell, need a friend to talk to. You will be surprised how many likes and comments you will get. And even if you get one person out there, then you know you're not alone. The thing is, we feel lonely very fast because we don't allow ourselves to express, and the mind enjoys drama. No one's there for me, no one's there to hear me out. You're putting out your acting videos, your dance videos, your comedy videos, your singing videos. Put out this statement as well. At that given point in time, when you're doing a comedy skit, when I am wearing a matha bana, a scarf on my head, okay, knowing that 100 people write to me some crap from the community, only so many people write such good things and so many write such bad things also, okay, still I don't give two hoots about what they think about me, because I'm an actor. I'm always going to be scrutinized and I'm always going to be judged. That's my life. And like me, there are so many others. And if you're so confident about, okay, I'm going to put myself out there, I have no problem, then put your emotions also out there. Put your mind also out there. Actively ask for help, and you will be surprised what a beautiful world we truly live in.
I wanted to mention was based on how we were communicating about how that there's a very distinct like cognitive gap in between what people almost present themselves to be, but then the reason they're so dissatisfied is because they want to be appreciated as a whole person. So you wouldn't just want to be appreciated as an actor, you also would like people acknowledging and celebrating, embracing the fact that you're a clinical psychologist. But if people now, like maybe when you're at 21, you would have loved that being an actor was your one and only identity, but now you're so much more than that, because a holistic view of the person and a wholesome view of the person, it's whole. You can't just love someone for their parts. You have to love them warts and all, right? And I think in certain communities, that's not always done, because you only want to love your love of a patriarch because they're the provider of the family, not because they've also enabled their children to be independent. You love the matriarch for how amazing her Patrani Machi is and how Tarelu Vengnu is, but not for, you know, being up at night at 3 in the morning, or, you know, providing consistently, wanting her children to do better than that. So I think the more we embrace people for everything, as opposed to just handpick parts of them which we like, we're going to have a much informed and better mental health ecosystem, as opposed to having this pandemic, dare I say, of depression as well.
Shaizeen and Sherry, my two psychology friends out here, what has Danny just spoken about? If in psychology we learn the Gestalt theory.
Don't know.
Have
No,
you
sorry.
heard
Sorry,
of the
yes, I
Gestalt
don't.
theory?
Maybe, but I can't remember it. Go on.
No, but Gestalt theory is all about like the sum being greater than the parts, you know, and it's so beautifully said, Danny, that I mean, it's so true. We want to like people for particular aspects that suit our palette. We want to appreciate society and people and so for particular avenues and not the whole. But that's not done because and I you know and that brings me to another topic, which is we have a I think a very big problem we are facing in today's society and generation is, which I will term it as, a filtered acceptance. You want to accept people and situations and circumstances after filtering it or them. You can't do that because a person is whole, is complete with all his or her parts. And if you're going to only appreciate the person for a particular thing and not the other part of the person, then you're actually reducing the person to a mere product. And I like this shampoo because it softens my hair. End of story. No, you know, and that's a very, very sad way of communicating and reacting to individuals and just being around them. I think we all need to recultivate the art of accepting, of understanding, and of compromising. And when I say compromising, I mean sometimes put your bias away and just understand where the other person comes from. Why is the person being the way he or she is? What are they also trying to say? I think we have brilliant orators and speakers in today's day and age, but they seldom make great leaders, and that's because they don't listen. And if you really want to be somebody who affects change actively, then you need to have the power to listen.
Shreyas, thank you so much. Like, I don't think we could have asked for a better message, especially in these times. What you've effectively done is lead the way for change by just having the message that acceptance begins with accepting yourself, and then accepting that people are different to you, and that's what makes us beautiful. And together we're stronger because we're greater than the sum of our parts. So it's not just one person and one philosophy. It's all of us working together, accepting. And I think the value comes from not just appreciating talent and luck or at a particular point in time. It comes from embracing the hard work, the strife, the struggle, the process more than anything else as well. So I would love to continue being in your sphere and knowing how you're doing. So please definitely
Please,
stay
definitely, of
all of
course. May I just take the liberty, a little bit of a liberty, and end on another, by just saying something, if it's okay with you all?
Yeah, go for it, please.
So, I'm an actor. I've done a lot of Bollywood, like 3 Bollywood movies, which is pretty good for like a newcomer. I've done lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of theater. I teach theater and all. But you know, I was always very, very somewhere broken. That everyone's like, oh my God, you're a brilliant actor. You act so well. Oh my God. I'm like, yeah, I know. Now I want the world to know that. And I used to look down upon TikTok because in India, TikTok is super cringe. And I just told myself, hey, I mean, let's try and do something. I mean, I'm bored. I've done all the dishes and all the laundry is done. And I'm not able to meet any of my friends. I'm bored in the house, and in the house, I'm bored. That song became very, very popular on TikTok. Um, and I was like, so what do I do? Let me get onto TikTok and let's see what the fuss is all about. And I got onto the application and I was making several funny content, and people were really enjoying my content. And that's when it struck me that the app is not a problem. The applications, these apps are not the problem. It is the people who put the funny, peculiar content, number one. But mainly number two, the problem is with Hindi में हम लोग कहते हैं हमारे नजरिए के साथ. It's with our viewpoint, the way we look at content and people. And I'm like, they are doing things on TikTok. They are famous. They are popular. They are cool and happy with it. Then what's troubling me? What's tickling me? And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna just be free. And I came up, like, one of my main OG contents on TikTok was the Parsi mum. And I literally took it's called the scarf, the Matha Banu from my granny's cupboard. It's right here. I wore it. I put the phone and I made this video. Least realizing, least expecting it to go viral. And overnight, it went viral. And that's when it struck me that what my 2-hour film couldn't do for me, my less than 2-minute video did for me. It got me the name, it got me the fame, and people have started writing to me. You're an amazing actor all around the world. And I want to end by saying, have faith, miracles happen. During my birthday, somebody wished me by writing this text to me, and I want to share this text with all our listeners and with you. Stars only shine at night. This lockdown period, this pandemic, the coronavirus has been a very dark night. And if we are shining, it's cause we are stars. And if you feel that this is the end, then to all you lovely people out there, don't worry, don't stress, miracles will happen. Keep that faith and keep shining. Stay blessed and lots of love. Thank you for having me. It's been an absolute pleasure. And that's a wrap. This is me, Shreyas Porus Pardiwalla, signing out from Zoroverse. Discover the talk, discover the communication, discover the expression of love we bring to you. Thank you very, very much. Lots and lots of love. Stay safe and stay blessed.
Thank you.
That was so good. It was so
Thank
good.
you.
Perfect.
Hello everyone. As part of the Zoroverse team, I thought I'd be quite cheeky to speak on their behalf. So for those of you who don't know me, I am Ryan. I am the videographer for Zoroverse, and I work on a lot of the behind the scenes stuff. On behalf of the team of Zoroverse, we would love to say a massive thank you for all those who have supported us from day one.
Oh, then I said no, and then we both said yes.
Oh.
There you go.
I was really scared. I was like, I'm gonna end up looking like a buffoon.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
It's horrible, and I'm like, oh my god, this is not for me.
More wine.
We are so grateful for your support, and we couldn't have been here without you guys. And especially our guests. Thank you to Aisha, Subin, Marshad, Pearl, and of course Shreyas for taking the time to share your stories, thoughts, and wisdoms with us. For those of you who have just joined us, feel free to listen to and watch the previous episodes on YouTube and Spotify. If you like what you've seen here, click like and subscribe. And also don't forget to follow us on Instagram on Zoroverse Podcasts. And remember that Zoroverse is ready to discover the conversation, especially in 2021 as we air for season 2. But until then, stay safe, stay well, and we look forward to seeing you in 2021. Thank you.
You're tuned in to Zoroverse.